Hello there and welcome to another episode of Foolcraft. Today we start off here at Atlantis. I shall now be calling this Atlantis from now on. Obviously I have now filled the sand out all the way around to the circle that we made in the last episode. So that goes all the way down to the sea level. And in order to do that, I've had to clear out a bit of sand from here and harvest that. So we had the sand for that. Yeah. So we're beginning to see what we've cleared out here. It's a nice big space, but it's not nearly big enough for Atlantis. So we've got to continue building the dome. So the dome we'll start by building it downwards into the sea. So then we can clear out all the space in the sea and see what space we've got at the bottom, and then it will come up and out of the sea. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to get on with now is starting to build the next layer around here. Again, I think everything that I build, for the moment at least, on this level, will be from the water level down will be this blue stained glass, because it matches nicely with the water. As we get out of the sea, the blue will change to pale blue through probably light grey into white, and then maybe getting a bit yellowy at the top. That's just because in like pictures of Atlantis, the force field seems to glow a bit yellow around the top. That's probably where it's sort of under pressure, perhaps. Yeah, so that is largely what I have planned. Yeah, let's get... Well, I'm going to have to go to sleep in a minute, as a lot of this area around here is nice and spawnable, as I've not lit any of it up. But yeah, I'm going to start building around here, and I'll give you a bit of a progress update shortly. It has to be said that building these things underwater is not necessarily the easiest way of doing things, but there we go. I've got ring number 2 in place, and yeah, it didn't take too long to do, but it's more faffing than I would like, but there we go. I will have these silly ideas of building Atlantis actually partially submerged, which I don't know whether I've seen anyone do that. When I've sort of looked at sort of people's Minecraft versions of Atlantis, they all seem to be above ground. So yeah, this should hopefully make for something a little different, a little, not necessarily more interesting, but just something different. Yeah, but I've got quite a few more of these to do to get to bottom. I think what I'm going to do is probably try and take the sand with me as I go, so gradually, sort of as I bring the dome down, move the sand on the inside as well, so that's then filling up the space. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to get this done today, but we shall see. Well, I've started sort of haphazardly trying to clear around the inside edge of this, and I think it's probably going to be more trouble than it's worth trying to do it this way round. So maybe what I need to do is try and get a good proportion of the dome done, and then try and empty it out. Yeah, I'll get on with that. Well, as you can see, I'm getting a ways to getting my dome, or well, I'm calling it a dome. That is the shape of it, the force field in place. I've got a few layers here, and I'm now going around the edge and clearing out the water with a sponge, now that I've got a reasonably deep space, well, a space deep enough for the sponge to handle, and then I can clear away some of this sand. So you can see I've gone all the way, well, halfway around the sphere so far, clearing out, getting rid of more and more of this sand down here. Yeah, it would be helpful if I had more sponges. I could really do with that right now, but I can put up with 3. It's not too bad, considering I'm sort of trying to get rid of the sand. Partially shoveling and partially using vein miner. Yeah, it seems to be doing the trick. Oh. Yeah. Just pop them in place, and then the water levels here, and then as you can see round here we've got our dome going on. I quite like the blue glass with its lack of borders, and I think once this sort of is extended up and we'll probably we'll just have the light blue going from here through a few layers, and then do a gradual gradient for the top of the dome. I'm sort of getting into a rhythm with the building of this thing. I've used a sphere generator to create this shape. Just going ring at a time, going round and round. It's a little long-winded, but it works. Yeah. I'm pleased with how things are going. That's starting to look quite impressive. We're going to have a nice space down here, so yeah, hopefully this is all going to look rather splendid and be worth all the effort that I am putting into this, because this is taking quite some time just to get this ready. And then once we've got the space cleared, we start building on the city itself, which yeah, should take a while as well. But yeah, that's just a little progress update, and back to clearing lots and lots of sand. Damn you, ghost block. Gah! Okay, so we're starting to get there. Still got a long way to go, but there's a good amount cleared from round the outside of this monument. Ow. Didn't really want to do that. There we go, that's better. Yeah. I'm beginning to see the scope of what we've got here. I'm just going to drop through here so I can come up here. Yeah, you can see where we're building our sphere out. So yeah, we just need to keep at it and get some more carved out, and then we'll be well on our way. Well, I've come to the realisation that my original bit of maths that led me to the shape of dome that I was doing isn't quite right. I'm still not happy with what I've come up with, but yeah, I'm gonna have to change quite a bit of this that's around here, because this is too steeper sides. We want a fairly sort of flat dome shape. My brain's not particularly working very well today. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to redo some of this. So my thought is this is going to be a pain in the ass to change, especially if I'm putting blue on blue. So I've made up some light blue, which might actually help make so if we do the light blue, how different is that? Oh, it's different enough that I can see a difference. Yeah. So we can then start with the light blue, and then after I get past that, I'll then start feeding back the dark blue in. My plans are not to have like rigid straight lines going round, but to actually play about with it a bit. Yeah, I'm quite annoyed that I've got this far, but then the work's not going to be undone entirely because this is helpful. It's just going to be a more gentle slope to the dome rather than this quite steep push down. I sort of, when I was calculating it, I was thinking about having the city on the surface, and then so that'd be fine if the city's on the surface, but because it's going down, we're getting a much more rounded thing. But this, I thought, sort of halfway through, decided, oh wait, that's not nearly as big as I would like it to be. Plus I do want it sort of partially submerged, so, and this is big, but don't get me wrong, but I want Atlantis to be big, so yeah. I'm gonna have to play about some and try and fix this so that we've got a much more gentle gradient coming up. It's probably not going to be as high as I first thought, sticking out, but I think it should do. Oh, I hope it will anyway. Yeah. Back to the grindstone, eh? I think I'm just going to have to rip this glass out. I've done 2 layers of the light blue, and under here I can't tell, like I can see there's the light blue up top, but there's some dark blue in front of the layer of light blue that I've just put in, and it's impossible to actually knock it back without actually, I'm just going to have to, I think, knock the whole bloody lot back, which is a little annoying. It sort of undoes a lot of the work we've done, but I think this is the only way that I can do this and actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, because even that I'm ruining. I'm just ruining what I've got in place. Now these are all linked to a chest so that I'm not losing any of this glass. But yeah, I'm going to just try and knock this back so that we've still got the top layer holding back the sea up the top there. This shouldn't cause too much of a problem, I hope. I'm regretting not making sure that I'd got the right thing before I started. It just creates so much more work. in the long run. I'm probably going to have to go around and tidy up the top circle, because I'm sure I'll probably knock out some of the top circle whilst I'm doing this. Which is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Oh, that's a ghost block. Ooh. How am I supposed to deal with glassy ghost blocks? There we go. Well, I shall be back momentarily, hopefully once this is a bit more sorted. This is going to take forever. This looks kind of cool actually, with all the water pouring in to the city. Yeah, so I've knocked it back. I don't think this should be too difficult to work in with the with that open gap getting in the way. It might be a little annoying, but I think we can work with it. Well, as you can see, I'm gradually getting more and more of this done. It's taking a long time, so there's a sort of a little bit of a gap between episodes here, just because I want a fair amount of progress done, but then obviously I'm not showing all this progress in video, because watching me place sand, or alternatively, if we go under here, watching me count out these rings, I didn't think would necessarily make for the most interesting content. I don't think I'd be actually able to talk whilst I'm laying these rings. I'm sort of usually when I do like grindy work, I like to watch something else in the background, but even for doing these rings, it's sometimes distracting and I mess up, and yeah, so we've got a fair few done going around here. It's gradually getting bigger. I think the shape of it is going to be much more what we want, so yeah, got a fair way to go. I still haven't decided quite what I'm going to do when it sort of reaches land. So like round here, it's going to reach land pretty quickly, but like round the other side, there's massive gaps, so I'm probably going to have to clear all this land, but which shouldn't take too long with Vein Miner. Yeah, so back to placing sand. It's very helpful having this wand to try and get this in. I'm trying to sort of clear the dome as I go. Maybe because it might be easy. I don't know if it actually will be easier than clearing it all in one go at the end. But it makes it easier, pardon me, to do, like, to clear, because I've only got 3 sponges to clear the chunks. So I've sort of been, obviously where I had to, like, get rid of a load of stuff, they've made all new source blocks under here, so I'm having to get rid of the water all over again. It's annoying having to do it twice, but I think it'll be worth it. Sorry. I'm just having my morning coffee. Yeah, I think it'll be worth it having the better slope than what we started off with. So yeah, what I'm doing is sort of like creating sections and clearing it with each of the with the 3 sponges that I've got, and then like moving around and then filling in with sand, and then I'll get clearing all this sand, and yeah, it's a progress. It takes time. I think in the next episode that I make, I might try and do something a bit quick and interesting, so that I can still be doing all this grindy stuff in between, but if I do a quick interesting episode, it might make for some more interesting content. Plus there's plenty of things I want to do, like I think once I actually start building the city proper, it might be nice to be able to fly, so I might try perhaps in the next episode to work on a method for flying. I think probably the angel ring, I think it is, might be the best bet, although it does require me capturing a ghast, which isn't necessarily the easiest of tasks. So we shall see what the next episode brings. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it at that, and see you in the next one. So if you've liked this, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see where I'm going with this, then please hit that subscribe button. I think this build is going to be absolutely epic, and I've got really big plans for the city, but it's going to take me a while to get there, which is, it's frustrating because I want to get building straight away, but then I decided, let's put it under the water. Let's make this thing like the partially submerged thing, just because I want to do something a little bit different from what I've seen other people do. But I think it will be worth it in the long run, so please come along for the ride and hit that subscribe button. Any comments or feedback you have, that would be great. Please drop me a line in the comments. See you in the next one, and goodbye then. Bye bye.